A Story by Warren Buffett. I'll tell you this, the way I would if we were sitting quietly in Omaha, long after the cameras left. I was never in a hurry. That's the part people misunderstand. When I was young, I read balance sheets the way other kids read comic books. Not because I loved numbers, but because numbers told the truth when people didn't. A business couldn't flatter you. It couldn't promise you the future. It either earned money honestly, or it didn't. Very early on, I noticed something strange. The smartest people in the room were often the poorest over time. They were brilliant, quick, sharp. They forecasted interest rates. They predicted recessions. They talked fast and acted faster. And yet, year after year, they seemed exhausted, anxious, always chasing the next idea. Meanwhile, the quiet ones, the patient ones, kept getting richer without looking like they were trying. So I made a decision that shaped my entire life. I would never compete on speed. I would never compete on cleverness. I would compete on patience. Patience is deeply underestimated because patience doesn't feel like action, and humans confuse action with progress. Let me tell you a secret. Most of my wealth didn't come from making great decisions. It came from not interrupting good ones. I bought businesses the way I bought farmland. Not to flip them, but to let them grow while I slept. And when storms came, and they always come, I didn't run for cover. I checked the roots. If the roots were strong, I stayed put. People asked me how I knew when to buy. I didn't know. I waited until I didn't have to guess. Opportunity doesn't knock loudly. It whispers, and only the calm hear it. The market's job is to make you emotional, fearful when prices fall, greedy when prices rise. My job was simply not to cooperate. There were years, long years, where nothing happened. No excitement, no headlines, just compounding, quietly doing its work. Most people can't tolerate that silence. They sell because they're bored. They buy because they're afraid of missing out. They trade because stillness feels like failure. But stillness is where wealth is born. I lived in the same house for decades, not because I couldn't afford another, but because unnecessary upgrades train your mind to confuse more with better. Once that habit forms, it never stops asking for more. Money is a powerful servant and a dangerous master. I wanted it to work for me, not the other way around. And here's the part I wish someone had told me sooner. The goal isn't to get rich fast. The goal is to never get poor. If you avoid ruin, time will do the rest. I didn't need to swing at every pitch. I only needed to swing at the ones I couldn't miss. That's the quiet advantage no one advertises. In the end, the scoreboard wasn't my bank account. It was this. Did I sleep well? Did I act with integrity? Did I keep promises to others and to myself? Did I let time work instead of fighting it? If you can answer yes to those, wealth has already found you, whether the numbers have caught up yet or not. And one last thing, spoken softly because it's easy to miss. You don't get rich by predicting the future. You get rich by being prepared for it, calmly, patiently, and for a very long time. That's all I ever did.